Hey, what's up guys? John here. Last week a building collapsed in Miami, killed 11 people, 159 people are missing, and everyone's scratching their head around the world wondering what the hell happened here. Some people say it was the owner not taking care of an $11 million bill that they had. There were structural issues and cracks in the footings, and because of that the building collapsed and all of these victims lost and paid with their lives. Well, there's some new theories coming out. Some far out theories that we've all heard about, and then there's this new one that's being displayed to us right now through the mainstream media. Yahoo News a few days ago said sea level rise due to climate change is contributing factor in the Miami building collapse. Sea levels rise does cause potential corrosion, and if that was happening, it's possible it could not handle the weight of the building. Zhong Renpeng, professor and director of the University of Florida's International Center for Adaptation Planning and Design, told the Palm Beach Post, "I think this could be a wake-up call for all coastal developments." Well, interestingly, because the same day that came out, Miami condo collapse prompts questions over role of climate change. Washington Post, before condo collapses, rising seas long pressured Miami coastal properties. So I started digging and I said, okay, well, if this is the problem and this is the reaction, what could be the solution? How could we stop this from happening and spreading all throughout Miami, or worse, throughout the world, especially these coastal cities, New York and California, Los Angeles? Well, I started digging and what I learned is frightening. This is gonna shake the real estate market in Miami. And I'm not finding this from like a third party. This is on miamidade.gov. This is where it is. And what they are going to do to property owners in the coming couple years is just frightening. So I'm going to go through what they're planning to do. So if you own property there, you're going to get a lot of value here. If you're considering to invest like I was in this market, just for reference, they're selling for about $200,000 a door. So a 10-unit building might pay $2 million for this property. And 2 years ago, in that same neighborhood, probably a C plus, B minus neighborhood, it was selling for $110,000 to $130,000 a door. So property values have appreciated in a lot of these markets by about 80% in the last couple of years. People are overpaying, and when this comes into fact and they have to do all of these things to their properties, it's really going to take away the desirability, the affordability, and the practicality of owning these assets. So with that being said, please smash that like button. When you do, you're going to help educate more people about real estate and what's really going on and what they're really saying about Miami right now. So please hit that like button. Let's begin. Now, when we're pulling information, we want to make sure that these sources that we're pulling from are legitimate, real sources. It's not from some crazy conspiracy website. It's legit. It's real. Well, whitehouse.gov, I'll take it seriously. And of course, miamidade.gov. The government-funded websites inside of each city, state, and municipality need to be looked at when you're investing in real estate, especially in these coastal areas. This is on miamidade.gov. You can see the website right there. And when we scroll all the way up, you see the Miami-Dade Climate Action Strategy. And we start to scroll down here, and you'll see what they're planning to do here. It's frightening stuff. Energy and buildings. Benchmark, retune, and retrofit existing buildings. Expand on-site and off-site renewable energy. Build ultra-low energy buildings. This website, this is all from April of 2021. So, they really have really good foresight, it seems. Energy and buildings. Buildings provide the base for our homes and our businesses. As the pandemic highlighted, having efficient and healthy homes in properties is important. In Miami-Dade, most buildings run on electricity, and very small percentages that use a combination of electricity and natural gas, a fossil fuel. The electricity and fossil fuels in the buildings produce 41% of emissions community-wide, according to the latest inventory. Strategies to tackle emissions from buildings center around reducing the energy used in buildings through energy efficiency and ensuring that the energy needed comes from renewable sources, which includes electrifying systems and currently use fossil fuels and using on-site or off-site of renewable energy such as solar panels and solar hot water heaters. In other words, the objective is to make buildings as efficient as possible to avoid energy waste and then get the energy required for the buildings from solar panels and other renewable sources that do not burn fossil fuels. Doesn't sound cheap, sounds pretty expensive. To achieve this goal, an aggressive acceleration of energy efficiency in new and existing buildings is needed, along with electrification of buildings and rapid expansion of energy installation both on-site and off-site. So, most people say, okay, I don't know what that means. Well, to put this into context, they want 1.3 billion square feet, 1.3 billion square feet community-wide by 2026. Okay, well, how many apartments is 1.3 billion square feet? Well, the typical apartment in Miami is roughly 887 square feet. So that comes out to, 1.4 million, 1.465 million apartments. I'm sure there's some homes in there. So maybe the number isn't 887. Maybe it's 1250. Why don't we say 1500? It's still 866,000 units that they want to take over in the next 4 years. And when I say take over, I mean tell you how you can take in energy, how you can take in electricity, what you can and can't do with your property. And it's all going to be in the name of climate change. And how many apartments are there in Miami? Well, 1.1 million as of 2017. They've been building units every year, but maybe there's 1.2 million. It's essentially the entire county of Miami-Dade is what they want to tackle in the next 4 years. This is a very, very big assignment. This isn't something small. What I think is likely to happen is there's going to be more and more issues that come up that force everyone together to say, you know what, this might make sense. Some people can afford to do it. Some people can say, hey, I'm gonna go spend $1 million and improve my building and do this. Other people are saying, hey, I don't really have that much money because of the eviction moratoriums, because of high taxes. I'm unable to go ahead and do this. Or maybe they're just not making enough money from the building to where it makes sense to do it. So many people may end up selling. So this could be a situation where the companies like BlackRock and KKR and all these large hedge funds step in and say, hey, at this point, we want to help people. We want to save these communities. We're going to go out there and buy these properties. And we're going to bring them up to code. And we have to now factor in this cost into how much people have to pay for rent. So rents increase because mom and pop investors fade out, corporations take over, and there we have it. So it seems like that could be the direction that we're heading in. Without question, this big change is going to come. And I think that, people with money tend to always have money. The saying is always true. When there's blood in the streets, that's when you buy. That's what I think is likely to happen with Miami-Dade. Right now, the future of building along the Florida coast, this is going to present a massive opportunity for people that are well educated. The building collapse adds increased urgency to existing questions about the future of land use along Florida's coastline. Sea levels rise will continue to pose a threat to existing and future developments. Building codes and law zones must take it into account, says Peng. Last year, the Florida State Legislature passed a law requiring that new construction along the coast that uses public funds must conduct a study to see how sea levels rise will impact the project. Just this past May, DeSantis signed a bill to coordinate response to flooding and sea level rise throughout the state. It establishes a grant program to fund local projects for resilience planning. The question, harder than how to make waterfront developments more resilient, is whether they should be built at all. Some urban planners suggest coastal construction should stop entirely, but it's not a popular opinion in South Florida's lucrative real estate market. It is a difficult conversation, but it's a conversation we have to have, says Peng. This is not only about this one building. This issue is immediate and we cannot just ignore them. This came out an hour ago. So we start to take in the information that they're telling us, and we're seeing that there's going to be big change coming to South Florida. What are your thoughts about this entire situation with the collapse, with this climate change situation, with what they're going to do to real estate? Do you think that we're going to see a big collapse in real estate values coming soon for South Florida? Drop your comments below. Really curious as to what you guys think. Consider subscribing here. Also consider subscribing to my second channel, and please smash that like button. I'll see you guys in the next video. If you've enjoyed this video and want to dive deeper into the real world of real estate investing, make sure to check out my gold standard program, Cash Flow Burnout Blueprint, by clicking the link in the description below this video. We're currently living in very difficult times. I personally believe these are some of the hardest times that we've ever lived in. We are losing, in many cases, our families, our businesses, our jobs, our sense of security. All this is at threat right now. And it's all thanks to the draconian shutdowns that we're all faced to live under. It's times like these that we can see the value in having more than one stream of income. This is certainly not an unattainable goal or something reserved for only a select few. It is the achievement through education and hard work. Now is the time to be relying on multiple streams of income and not just Big Brother. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if you think that your pension is going to cover your retirement, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. Don't wait until misfortune knocks at your door. Be proactive and create more security for yourself and your family. One of the best ways you can earn a side hustle today is through real estate investing, something that I've been involved in for over a decade. The strategy is to invest in multifamily homes and live off of rental income through your tenants. These are some of the homes and apartments I currently own and I'm renting out. In my cash flow and blueprint, I'll teach you the ins and outs to real estate investing. You'll learn everything about recession-proof investing, real estate versus stocks, different types of real estate investing, how to appraise your own deals so you're not leaning on a third party to tell you what something is worth, out-of-state investing, maximizing your profits, and minimizing your expenses, improving your credit score, different types of loans and which one best fits you and your deal, selecting the right mortgage broker, finding the best deal, lease agreements, and how to find great tenants, and many, many more topics. This is my gold standard program, and in it I put together 1 decade's worth of experience and millions of dollars that I've invested, saving you the time and the money to learn the lessons that I had to learn. To learn more, click the link in the description below this video.